Hello and welcome to Forum in Focus at the quarterly meeting in Malta. I'm joined today by Axel Clauberg of Deutsche Telekom, who's just given the keynote address. Axel, thanks for talking to us today. One of the things you talked about was the software-defined operator. What is that and what's the impact going to be on the industry?
Indeed, we, the operators, are under tremendous challenge. So the internet traffic is still growing exponentially. We have to be open for partnerships, and unfortunately we carry so much legacy with us that we are too slow actually for the partnerships. And we are addressing this through the concept we call the software-defined operator. That's actually a combination of three things. Number one, it's a drastically simplified IP network, and this allows us to act in a way more flexible way. Number two, it's a combination of this IP network with data centers. We call that the infrastructure cloud. It's a very tight integration of IP networks and the data centers, and it's the foundation for network function virtualization. Number three is the introduction of a new control scheme for our networks, and that's based on software-defined networking concepts. And this gives us kind of the software flexibility for the previously hardware-dominated operator, and that's why I called it the software-defined operator.
And within that area, with lots of exciting new technology areas you referred to there, how can the Broadband Forum play a part? How important is standards in all this?
Standards are of key importance for us. Because if we would have any proprietary element in there, we would have a huge dependency on a single vendor. So especially this new world we are designing today fully depends on open standards, standards developed by the Broadband Forum, by the ITF, by the Open Networking Foundation, and other standards organizations.
And one of the other areas that you did talk about in your presentation today, which I know the Forum is working on, is service chaining.
Indeed, service chaining, it's actually a big challenge we're facing today. When you look at the data center operation, for example, for the future, we're envisioning that VPN services will be produced in the data center. So you're going to have a virtual provider edge router where VPN services will be produced. Now, this gives us the opportunity to actually do some kind of service chaining and combine these simple connectivity services with more complex cloud services, security services, and that requires a setup that packets flow in a certain way through the data center between various virtual machines. And there are a couple of standard organizations working on these technologies, the Open Networking Foundation, the ITF, and the Broadband Forum. And this is a very good example for standards work where things need to come together for us as operators to have solutions for the future.
Well, Axel, thanks for your keynote today. Thanks for being here, and thanks for talking to us at Forum in Focus.
It's a pleasure. Thanks a lot.